Reverend Kristina Spaude.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Dorothy and Rosemary, and all of you who came here today. I was born into a family that values education. My maternal grandmother, who was born in 1920 in Scotland, came to the U.S. at the age of 5, and she had a university degree and worked, when she wanted to, as a teacher and a tutor, her choice, while married to my grandfather and raising 4 children. She was smart and outspoken and would have been here today. Both of my grandfathers also had advanced degrees. All of my grandparents and my parents raised me with the belief that I could be anyone I wanted to, do anything I wanted to, and that I would make some impact on the world. I'm not going to pretend that my life has been rainbows and puppy dogs. It very much has not. But I was raised to work and study hard and make my life into something. What I was not prepared for, despite my education, perhaps because of the privileges I carry, what I was not prepared for was the ways the world would not share these same ideas and values. That the things our mothers and grandmothers, literal or figurative, and likely even you, fought for, could so easily be taken from us. 2.5 years ago, when Roe was overturned, was the first time in my life that I knew a world without it. This is not the world I was promised. I was not raised to understand the nuances of race, disability, gender identity, sexual attraction, or a variety of other aspects of culture and personhood. While I was taught to appreciate the many ways we human beings are, our sizes and shapes, colors and hues, whether disabled or not, female or any other gender, it also undoubtedly has caused harms. The ways we have privilege, we are also meant to have responsibility to those who do not in the same ways. What I have come to learn in my living in this world, in this country, in this culture, in this time, is that the Old Boys Club continues to ask us to sacrifice ourselves and each other before its altar. That the patriarchy is alive and well, that white supremacy culture demands allegiance regardless of its cost to the social fabric or individuals. That the systems of oppression and marginalization that people who look like me instituted continue to wreak havoc in every aspect of our lives. There is significance in knowing identities so we can care for each other according to the platinum rule, that we treat each person how they want to be treated, named how they want to be named. It is also true that at the end of the day, we are all human, all seeking for the same love and care as everyone else. We have seen in the last decade or so the ways that women's rights are as at risk as those of other marginalized and oppressed identities. We still do not earn the same as men, and Black, Latina, and Indigenous women even less so, and disabled people markedly less so. Those of us who are trans, non-binary, and other gender minorities face higher levels of and underemployment due to standard hiring practices that are not inclusive. We all deserve to have meaningful employment that pays a living wage and at the same rate as white men. I have personally struggled with navigating the healthcare system and have had serious diagnoses go unaddressed because not enough research has gone into understanding the ways that women's healthcare needs vary from men's. Apart from the egregious challenges of our medical system in the U.S., no one should have to go months or years before getting a proper diagnosis or treatment. We all deserve to have access to quality care to support our best wellness. I'm not even going to get into the many unsolved mysteries of menopause I have to look forward to, and many of you, I'm sure, have already experienced. Our ancestors fought for the right to vote, some even dying for this right. Even at my most cynical, I continue this practice of casting votes faithfully, honoring those who gave their lives so I could participate in some small way in shaping our governance. We all deserve the right to choose our representatives, and we all deserve the freedom of choice and conscience and freedom from threats in how we do so. In her book, God is a Black Woman, Dr. Kristina Cleveland, a social psychologist and public theologian, writes that our dominant culture, as is typical of patriarchal systems, that it proclaims that to be human is to express no need. Matriarchal cultures, according to Cleveland, is not women ruling over men, but nurturing a needs-based society to support all people within it. That everyone is taught to practice the societal values of caretaking, nurturing, and responding to the collective needs of the community. What would it be like to live in a society where we weren't all having to fight all the time for basic human rights that we should all be entitled to based solely on the fact of our existence as people? The thing is that we have the power to make changes in our culture if only we can set aside the ways that we are taught to other each other, to distance ourselves, to buy into the narratives of whatever we're told about whatever. If we can learn to believe in each other, to trust each other, to build with each other, we can do great things. I have witnessed all my life the many amazing ways that women and all people of marginalized or dominant genders have made the world more tender, more beautiful, more powerful, more wonderful than the world they were given. I know what we are capable of. As I have learned about and grown in the world and my place in it, I have been unsettled and angry about the ways that my grandmother's dreams have been betrayed. But I have come to believe that they raised me this way so I could be part of nurturing a new world. I have come to believe that they raised me this way in a world that did not yet exist, yet one that I know now we can co-create. I have come to believe that we will all rise only when we lift each other. My grandmothers gave me a taste of a nurturing new world, and I will continue their work in their memory. I hope you will join me.
Those are some very powerful words. Thank you, Reverend Kristina Spaude from the Tri-County Unitarian Universalists.